The Panthers with the trade down to the number one pick in the draft. The Raiders are hosting the Super Bowl, and now the Panthers hold the number one spot. They are on the clock. It's looking like a Philadelphia native, Philadelphia-born quarterback is going to be the next quarterback of the Panthers. Panthers has same gematria as Philadelphia. And what I like about Bryce Young is that for the Panthers, they played 28 prior seasons in the NFL. It is Young looking to replace Cam Newton to be the next franchise quarterback. Young has gematria of Newton. And notice how Panthers itself, or I should say the Panthers, when you write out the instead of Panthers by itself, has the same gematria as Bryce. So he's going to be the Panthers' next quarterback. That's how it makes sense of the trade today. Needless to say, it's the Panthers' 29th season. Are they going to take C.J. Stroud instead? I don't think so. They got to go take Bryce Young from Alabama. C.J. Stroud is gematria 29, so that's possible if they don't end up taking Bryce Young with number one, although they probably should take Bryce Young at number one. Although Frank Reich is the new coach of the Carolina Panthers. Frank Reich, 93, I think does have gematria Bryce Christopher Young. Or no, he doesn't. Never mind. Or maybe Bryce Christopher by itself. Doesn't 54 have gematria of Newton? Bryce Young is gematria 54. Maybe, if my memory serves me correct, maybe Cameron by itself or just Cam. Anyway, just continuing on with the gematria of the Panthers coach. It is a Reich that has gematria 34. Let's see. Bryce Young, 34 games in college football. Gematria Reich. It is Frank Thatch, gematria 23. He had 23 wins as a college quarterback. Although he did play 27 total starts. And what was it that equaled 27? Anyway, let's just skip through that quickly. Let's go to C.J. Stroud. He had an 11-2 record in 2022. It is true that he did throw 37 touchdowns last year, and it's Carolina that, which quarterback are they going to choose? Stroud or Young? But CJ, needless to say, 11-2 record last year. Ohio State quarterback. Ohio State's 112. That is the gematria of Houston. Houston is 112. So I think his 11-2 record last year is going to signal that he's going to be a part of the Houston Texans organization. His coach would be D'Amico Ryans. Ryans is gematria 23. Ryans is gematria Frank. So which coach is he going to join? I think it's going to be Ryans. It's going to be Ryans that's going to take Bryce Young, who had the 23 wins in college football. D'Amico Ryans is looking to bring Carolina to its next Super Bowl appearance since, Carolina will be looking to make it to their first Super Bowl since San Francisco. I have to go see what's up with 50, honestly. But based off of the win-loss record for Stroud, I think he's going to be off to the Houston Texans next year. If I if I had to guess, if I had to predict. C.J. Stroud does have gematria the 29th season of the Carolina Panthers, so we should see who they end up picking. Houston Texans have lost 13 games last year. C.J. does have gematria 13, so I think the Texans are probably on the clock to select the Ohio State quarterback, C.J. Stroud the fourth, if you have to be exact with this last name. Stroud the fourth does have gematria of Panthers. That's very interesting. Panthers does have gematria Stroud the fourth. So, the Carolina Panthers are on the clock. That's kind of explains why this trade happened today. Carolina's looking to take a quarterback, or that's what the script says has to happen. The Panthers have to get a quarterback, so there at least is some good quarterbacks in the future in that division. Without Tom Brady, you got young quarterbacks in Carolina and Atlanta, and then you have Derek Carr. So it's going to set up for an interesting narrative for the upcoming season in 2023. You may need to take a look at his birthplace in California when we're talking about C.J. Stroud. D'Amico Ryans went to college at Alabama. So did Bryce Young. It's gonna be very interesting if Bryce Young does end up going to Texas. But I do really like the gematria Philadelphia pinpoint out of Philadelphia natives to go to Carolina. Can't kind of go off of the college of the coach and the player too much. D'Amico Ryans came over from the 49ers. It's 49ers as gematria of Young, but most of the signs point towards Carolina this one. We can go take a look at the years that those teams were founded and see if they have corresponding zodiacs. If you wanted to look at it from a Chinese astrology angle. So, okay, first season in 2002. 2022, Year of the Horse. Then 2001 is the Year of the Snake. C.J. Stroud born in the Year of the Snake. Something too. Let's look at the stats of Cam Newton in his career. He was born in the Year of the Snake, Cam Newton. But C.J. Stroud is in the Year of the Snake if he were to replace Cam Newton as the franchise quarterback. Let's go to offensive pass touchdowns from last season. That may be the key when we see which team's going to select who. 13 interceptions. Alabama's 13. CJ's 13. Interesting. And then Houston, 20 touchdowns and 19 interceptions. And win-loss record for Coach Reich. Hey, we should see who ends up getting the pick.